10 Important Dates in Pluto History. Number 10. April 6, 1929, search for Planet X begins. In 1902, astronomer Percival Lowell noted that the orbits of comets seemed to indicate that there was a planet beyond Neptune. Lowell had begun a search for the mysterious planet at his observatory in Arizona in 1905. He died in 1916 and willed most of his estate to the observatory. However, his wife, Constance, disagreed with the will, causing the search for Planet X to stop until 1927, when the legal issue was resolved in favor of Lowell Observatory. A special telescope was made for the search. Clyde Tombaugh, a new assistant at Lowell Observatory, took the first photos to restart the search. Number 9. February 18, 1930, Pluto discovered. Tombaugh took many photographs of the region of the sky where Lowell had predicted Planet X would be. He compared photos taken days apart by using a blink comparator, which superimposed the images of the two plates and blinked rapidly between them. Stars would remain stationary, but a planet would move between the time the photos were taken, and the rapid blinking of the comparator would make it rapidly move back and forth. After less than a year of searching, he found Pluto on two plates taken in January 1930. Number 8. March 14, 1930, Pluto gets its name. The discovery of Pluto was announced on March 13, 1930. The news traveled all over the world. The next day Falconer Maddun, former head of the Bodleian Library at Oxford University, shared the news with his daughter, Ethel Burney, and her 11-year-old daughter, Venetia, during breakfast. Venetia, who was well versed in mythology, suggested Pluto, the Roman god of the underworld. Maddun loved the name and contacted his friend, astronomer Herbert Hall Turner, who contacted Lowell University. Many other names had been suggested, such as Minerva and Persephone, but Tombaugh and the other Lowell astronomers selected Pluto, which had Percival Lowell's initials as its first two letters. Number 7. June 22, 1978, Charon, the Moon, discovered. Pluto had seemed to be alone at the edge of the solar system, but U.S. Naval Observatory astronomers James Christie and Robert Harrington noticed that images they had taken of Pluto had a bump. They looked at earlier images of Pluto and noticed that the bump moved around Pluto with a period of 6.4 days. Pluto had a moon. Charon, with a diameter of about 751 miles, is half as big as Pluto 1,470 miles. The two are sometimes called a double planet. Number 6. February 7, 1979, Pluto crosses Neptune's orbit. Most planets have a roughly circular orbit, but Pluto's is more stretched out like an ellipse. Pluto's orbit has a higher eccentricity than the other planets' orbits. Pluto, however, has an eccentricity of 0.251, which means that its orbit crosses that of Neptune was the farthest planet from the Sun from February 7, 1979, until February 11, 1999. Number 5. May 15, 2005, Nix and Hydra discovered. Astronomers found two moons using the Hubble Space Telescope, Nix and Hydra. They're both small and elongated, about 35 miles long. Hydra is thicker, measuring 21 miles across. These two moons wobble chaotically. They orbit within Pluto and Charon's ever-changing gravitational field. The rotational poles of Pluto and Charon also shift dramatically. Hubble discovered two more moons, Kerberos in 2011 and Styx in 2012. Number 4. January 19, 2006, New Horizons launched. To explore the Pluto-Charon system, NASA created the small New Horizons probe and launched it using one of the largest rockets, the Atlas V. When it left Earth, New Horizons was the fastest spacecraft ever, speeding towards the end of the solar system at over 36,000 miles per hour. Even before New Horizons passed Jupiter, NASA probes had already visited every planet, except Pluto. Number 3. August 24, 2006, Pluto demoted to dwarf planet. Pluto was always an oddity among the planets. It wasn't small, rocky, and close to the Sun like Mercury, Venus, Earth, and Mars. It wasn't a large ball of gas like the gas giants Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune. For decades it was unique, until, in the early 21st century, other bodies which are the size of Pluto and Charon were discovered at the edge of the solar system in the Kuiper belt. One of them, Eris, was even larger than Pluto. This made astronomers consider the questions: should the solar system have many more planets? What is a planet, anyway? And on this day, the International Astronomical Union made the controversial decision that Pluto, Eris, and Ceres, the largest asteroid, would be the first 3 dwarf planets. Number 2. July 14, 2015, New Horizons flies by Pluto. After 9.5 years of travel, New Horizons finally reached its destination. As it got closer, it saw unusual features on Pluto, such as a dark region near the equator dubbed the Whale and a lighter heart-shaped region. On this day, New Horizons came within 7,750 miles of Pluto and 17,900 miles of Charon. Number 1. March 23, 2178, 1 Plutonian year since discovery. Pluto is so far from the Sun that it takes a little more than 248 Earth years to complete one orbit. Who knows? This date is so far in the future that perhaps humans will be there to celebrate the first new year on Pluto.